It's Wednesday, it's 4 p.m., which means, heck yeah, it's the college football hour. Nothing but the love of college football for 60 minutes on Prater and the ball game. And we start welcoming our video audience to the program. Thanks to Dollar Loan Center for helping us with this. It's Idaho Vandal head football coach Jason Eck with us. Got the visor on, got his hair slicked a little bit. I can tell. Pretty proud probably of your effort in Eugene last week, Coach. Didn't get the win, but there's still a lot that came with it. Welcome to the show, and how you feeling today, Coach?
I'm feeling wonderful. Good to be back here, especially being on video with you guys. I was worried you were trying to send me a message last week, but it was just on the phone.
Well, actually, we were trying to be fair because in all, if you want to know how the sausage is made, we're trying to juggle Cody Hawkins from Idaho State, who's become really difficult to work with. So screw him and nothing but Jason Eck on video for the rest of the football season.
Good. I think I have better hair than him. So in the body, so it'll be good.
I love it. We're going to get to Idaho at Wyoming on True TV Saturday at 1:30. You can also get that on the Max app. I love where you're watching college football these days. But, Coach, Idaho at Oregon. Add another power mega program to the list of not destroying Idaho the way they destroy most FCS programs in that matchup. Coach, we saw the stats and whatnot, but I want to hear from you. Why was this game so close?
Well, I think the guys on our team, we didn't believe we were 45-point underdogs, and we believed we could play with them. And I think we went in and competed our tails off. And, I had looked up all their records. No one in the FCS had played them this close in the last 20 years. So, they've been a team that had taken care of their business. But, I think our belief and our defense's physicality were really huge differences to make it a very close four-quarter game.
Coach, this always bugs me, but it's like that, especially some people in Boise. I can't get my Vandal credit on this. It has to be, well, Oregon didn't do much. Well, they were vanilla. Well, I didn't want to show Idaho anything because they got this big Boise State. I want your opinion on that. You saw this game. You've seen the tape several times. Were they taking it easy on you?
I do not think they were taking it easy. I think you can always have the mind and the players. They could maybe take you a little lightly. I think that's the challenge when you're a favorite in a game like that. Maybe the players did, but I didn't see from the play calling aspect of them holding anything back. I thought, they had some new wrinkles for us we hadn't seen with Dylan Gabriel. And I think we gave them a good football game. But, again, I look forward to the time when we're not, our fans aren't excited about us playing a game like that close. We got to finish a game like that. But I was happy. I felt our trend the previous 2 years had been, play a team tough and then kind of trail off as the game went on and have the game get away from us. I think we caught their attention in the first half when it was, just 14-0. And then I think we played better in the second half. Our defense came out after halftime and got a 3-and-out. And, even at the end of the game when, we were down by 10 with 2 minutes left, I think you see in a lot of those games, it was getting close to, like a 0.5% chance you could come back, and our defense didn't let up. We held them to a 3-and-out in the last series and got the ball back one more time for our offense. So a lot of stuff to build on, but that's just a starting point. We got to build on what happened last week.
Idaho football coach Jason Eck. He's going from Autzen Stadium to Laramie, Wyoming, as the Idaho Vandals continue their football season. Right now, let's a couple more quick questions about last week's game. Coach, statistically, if I'm looking at a blind box score here, I'm thinking this game's a blowout. Stats don't mean squat. So I need you to help me out here as a coach. What was important for you stat-wise? 2.9 yards, Oregon allowing, that's all they rushed for every time they rushed. That's got to be a big one. So if this is so heavy Oregon favor, what stats worked well for you?
Well, we didn't give up hardly any big plays. We their longest play of the day was 24 yards, and they're a team that kind of feasts on, big plays. We gave up, I think, a 24-yard play and two 21-yard plays. We had 4 explosive plays plus 20-yard plays. So I think that was a big factor in the game. Us, out big playing them, which is a big key to winning. And then I thought we did a really good job against their run game. And I think the thing that's encouraging is when we did give up some runs, it was usually us screwing it up, us having a guy in the wrong gap or slanting the wrong way than necessarily us getting knocked off the ball. I thought when we were in our right gaps, they really didn't do much at all on the ground.
So in terms of limiting big plays, let's examine why that happened. Let's give credit to you guys and the defense and the scheme and maybe some speed. I don't know what you got there in the backfield. I'm still trying to learn about your team. So what's the key to stopping Oregon's explosive game? Because you're right, they just wake up and breathe explosive plays.
Yeah, I think Coach Jackson, our D coordinator, did a great job of mixing coverages. And there were some times they got what they wanted. They got a post against our cover 4 where it was really one-on-one on the outside, and Andrew Marshall did a great job staying on top of it. But there were some other times where, we were in cover 3 and we were getting our 3 deep pretty deep, so they couldn't get behind us. And, credit to Dylan Gabriel. I think, my hope in the game plan in talking with Coach Jackson was, hey, maybe if they can't get big plays, that will frustrate them. They'll try to force big plays and maybe throw it to us, and we get some interceptions. Credit to Gabriel. I didn't give him enough credit. He didn't do that. He took what we were giving him and took the ball underneath. And did a good job with that. So I think that was a big part of it. And we had good pass rush too. We had 3 sacks. They gave up 5 sacks last year, and I think in 14 games. So to get that amount of pressure on them, I thought was impressive by our defense as well.
Dylan Gabriel, I mean, if you had a stat in terms of ammunition that Oregon was playing soft or rope-a-dope or whatever you want to call it, Dylan Gabriel threw the ball 49 times. He completed 41 of them. So he's obviously a really good quarterback. Just your thoughts on Dylan Gabriel?
He's excellent. He's very accurate. Like you said, he didn't miss many. One of those incompletions was a spike at the end of the first half and things. So he's a very, very accurate passer. He's very disciplined. Now, maybe they'll run him more. They didn't run him a ton against us. That maybe that's something that you would see. And again, I've had that thought process as a play caller as well. You really want to save your running of your quarterback, just because you can see, like, our quarterback got hurt last week. You only want to have, so many hits those guys can take. So I think, going to the game plan, they probably said, hey, this is not one of the games we want to run him a bunch, but he's a capable runner. So that, that might be something that's a factor, but, he is a good athlete.
Jason Eck, Idaho Vandal head football coach. Idaho at Wyoming, 1:30 Mountain Time on True TV and the Max app. Coach, Spencer Danielson calls you tonight and says, yo, Eck, I don't know how you did it, but what do I need to know to prep my guys for this Oregon game? I know in real life you'd hang up on him and you would say, I don't want to ever talk to you. You're Boise State, but just play along with me, Coach. You and Spencer Danielson, if you were to give him some advice on the Ducks, what would you say?
Well, I'd say don't give up big plays. Make them drive the field, stop their run game, which we did a good job of. And then I think on the other side of the ball, things that we need to do better is we needed to possess the ball better on offense. We need to have more sustained drives. I think we, only having like 47 plays on offense and 85 on defense. You got to run the ball, find a way to run the ball against those guys, and they're stout and big up front. But you got to find a way to do that. And then I think you can win the special teams battle against that team. We probably were about a push. When we traded punts, they won that battle. But we stopped. He's aggressive. That Coach Lanning. We stopped him on a 4th down. Fake punt conversion. We stopped. He'll go for it 4th and 1 in his own territory. I think those were really big plays in the game. And I think that was an area that we needed to win the kicking game to beat them, and we probably push. But I think that'll be something they'll be looking to do this game.
I texted you after the game, Coach. I think I said something like, you just outcoached Dan Lanning. You didn't reply on that text, but I know you got it, Coach, and you impressed some of us Vandal alums and whatnot watching that game. We're scared now, though. Jack Layne, broken collarbone, the next Joe Montana, like I anointed him on this show. Now we go to the soap opera idol, Jack Wagner, as the backup. Coach, what are we going to do? You got a backup quarterback going into Laramie.
Well, for one, you're very disappointed for Jack Layne because he really worked his tail off to earn that spot and had done a great job through the offseason. So you're disappointed. I thought he did some good things in his first game, but you're also really excited about Jack Wagner. He's a really, really talented young man who's got a really strong arm and a really good athlete. And sometimes near the way our business works in football, usually you get opportunities because of misfortune by somebody else. That's how I got my opportunity here to be the head coach. If there wasn't some misfortune for somebody else, I wouldn't have got the chance. So I think he's ready. He had a great practice yesterday. We'll be out in the practice field here in about 45 minutes. And I think our team has a lot of confidence in what he has done. And Coach Schleisner has a proven track record of having guys ready to play. The last 2 years, we've won games with our backup quarterback. So, this will be a challenge, but a great opportunity for our team and for Jack.
Coach, do you have to switch the offense around? You're not going to give me your game plan, but in terms of the style of quarterback and how they play, do you have to tweak your offense, or is your offense designed to go do anything regardless of whether it's Johnny Mallory or Jack Layne playing quarterback?
No, we would definitely tweak our offense no matter who's playing quarterback. If Johnny Mallory was playing quarterback, you'd probably see a lot of wildcat where we'd be trying to get the ball out of his hands and snap it directly to the back. But no, our offense will definitely change, and I think our offense is very flexible that way to try to feature our best players and put them in the best position for their success. So you'll definitely see some new stuff that we didn't show last week that really played to Jack Wagner's strengths.
We'll get you out of here on this, Coach. 1:30, True TV, more national television for your Vandal program. You can watch it on the Max app live as well. But just thoughts on Wyoming. They're in an interesting situation. Jay Savell in his very first game just got his teeth knocked out by the Arizona State Sun Devils. They're going to be ready, as you know, home opener in Laramie. Coach, how are you going to be able to win this one?
Well, it's going to be a great challenge. I expect them to play much, much better than they did last week. I know they weren't proud of how they played at Arizona State. I think they're a different team at home. I think last year they were 9-4. They were 7-0 at home. So they were 7-0 at home and 2-4 on the road. So they definitely are a different team there. I think they'll have a great crowd. Usually early in the year, they have tremendous crowds. Sometimes their crowds later in the year tail off as the weather turns bad. So we're going to expect their best. And, they're a prideful team and, got a great history. Again, we're a bowl winning team last year. So it's going to be a great challenge, and we got to play better. The fact that we played fairly well last week and they didn't really doesn't mean anything this week. We got to play better this week, and I know Wyoming's going to play better this week.
You just mentioned kind of where I wanted to go. You guys are coming off of a feel-good game. Wyoming's not. How do you coach the psychology of 19, 20, 21-year-old football players? Because you thought that you could win that game at Oregon. Wyoming is just really, really struggling. So the anticipation is the Vandals are going to Wyoming to win a football game, which you are. But how do you coach the psychology of being prepared for that, Coach?
Yeah, and again, I want our team to be confident and believe we can win and expect to win when we go on the road to play anybody. And I think playing Oregon, tough, and I think Oregon will be the best team we play this year pretty unanimously. It shows that if we play well, we can beat everybody, but we got to go play well. And I right after the game, I was talking to the team about that. I told them I've never seen any championship rings that had inscribed on the side only lost to Oregon by 10 points. We got to go. We haven't accomplished anything yet. We got to. This is only a huge positive if we use it as a building block to continue to keep getting better this week and then throughout the season for the conference games and hopefully the playoffs.
Man, I can't wait for the Big Sky season to get rolling here on Idaho Sports Talk with Coach Eck, year 3 in the Idaho Vandals. Coach, let's go get them this week. We always appreciate your time. And, yeah, man, your hair, your visor, you're in mid-season mode, Coach Eck. Well done.
Let's go do it, man. We look forward to it. Appreciate you, Prater and Ballgame. He's up.
Heck yeah, there's Coach Eck on this program in the College Football Hour at Wyoming. Prater, we're watching college football games live on True TV now, and the Idaho Vandals are going to be on there this week. I'm in, man.
Nice.
True TV. I love it, dude. Watch the Vandals there, and Jason Eck does a good job of easing my worries. When I mention I'm worried about Jack Layne, he pumps me up about Jack Wagner, and let's go, Jackie boy, whoever you are. Let's see what the Vandals can do this week, Prater. College Football Hour continues. Sire Gaines, is he not the most impressive 17-year-old you've ever seen? He's going to talk. You're going to love it. And what happened with the corners last week? Jeremiah Irby started that game, finished that game. He talked about last week and experience playing in Autzen Stadium. College Football Hour continues. Prater on the ball game.
From the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Studios, this is Ticket Traffic.